A lion finds a cheetah next to a fresh kill. The cheetah bolts. The lion takes the carcass. And if things get violent, the cheetah might end up dead. But here's the weird part. The lion eats the antelope and leaves the cheetah lying there, untouched. Perfectly good muscle, fat, protein, just left. Wolves kill coyotes. Big cats kill smaller carnivores. Birds of prey attack rival hunters. It almost looks like predators follow some unwritten code. Kill the competition, but don't eat it. Except that code doesn't exist. Killer whales eat sharks. Big sharks eat smaller sharks. King snakes swallow other snakes whole. Predators absolutely eat other predators. So the real question isn't why it never happens, it's why one predator becomes dinner, while another gets killed and left on the ground like trash. Picture two animals, roughly the same amount of meat on them. One's an antelope, the other's a leopard. The antelope's survival strategy is simple: run. The leopard? It has claws built to grip struggling animals, teeth designed to puncture flesh, powerful jaws, lightning reflexes, and years of experience doing exactly what its attacker is trying to do. A predator isn't just meat, it's meat wrapped in weapons. And in the wild, winning the fight isn't enough. A lion could take down another carnivore and still catch one deep bite in the leg. It survives. It walks away the winner. But tomorrow, that leg's a little slower. The next hunt fails. Then the next. The wound gets infected. And suddenly, the animal that won the fight is starving because of it. There are no vets on the savannah, no antibiotics, no safe room where someone drops off food twice a day. For a wild predator, a small injury today can become a death sentence 3 weeks from now. Natural selection doesn't reward the animal that wins the hardest fights. It rewards the animal that keeps eating without getting hurt. Predators don't want the strongest opponent. They want the safest calories. Then there's the numbers problem. Plants capture energy from the sun. Herbivores eat those plants. Carnivores eat the herbivores. At every step, most of that energy burns off, used for moving, breathing, growing, just staying alive. That's why any ecosystem can support tons of plants, fewer herbivores, even fewer carnivores, and only a handful of apex predators at the very top. Now, this doesn't mean a kilogram of lion meat has no nutrition. A lion is still made of muscle, fat, and protein. The calories are there. The problem isn't quality, it's quantity. Predator bodies are rare. A single grassland might hold thousands of grazing animals, but only a few large carnivores spread across enormous territories, moving constantly, avoiding stronger rivals, actively fighting back if cornered. Trying to build a diet around apex predators would be like opening a restaurant where your only ingredient shows up once every 40 miles and attacks the chef. A reliable food source doesn't just need to be edible, it needs to be common enough that you can find it again tomorrow. Large predators almost never pass that test. So the answer seems obvious, right? Other predators are dangerous. They're rare, and easier prey almost always exists. Case closed. Except we have a problem, because some predators are extremely good at eating other predators. King snakes specialize in hunting snakes. Large sharks eat smaller sharks routinely. Crocodiles will eat anything they can overpower. And killer whales hunt sharks that would terrify literally everything else in the ocean. So clearly, being a predator doesn't protect you from becoming someone else's meal. The label means almost nothing. What actually matters is the relationship between the two animals. How big is the hunter compared to the target? How dangerous is the target, really? Can it escape? Can it fight back? And does the hunter have a reliable way to control it? When one predator eats another, usually one of three things has shifted: size, specialization, or desperation. We like to sort animals into clean categories: predator, prey, two separate boxes. Nature doesn't work that way. The same animal can be both, depending on who's looking at it. A shark is a predator to a fish, a competitor to another shark its size, and to a killer whale, it's lunch. A snake is a terrifying hunter from a mouse's perspective. To a king snake, it's just food. The animal didn't stop being a predator. It just ran into something big enough or specialized enough to make its weapons irrelevant. When two predators are evenly matched, attacking is a gamble. Both have weapons. Both know how to fight. Both can inflict injuries that compound later. But when the size gap gets wide enough, something shifts. The smaller predator stops looking like a serious threat. It starts looking like ordinary meat. Same thing applies to young animals. An adult carnivore might be way too dangerous to mess with. Its cubs, its eggs, its juveniles. Different story entirely. The label predator stays the same. The actual risk changes completely. Once the danger drops far enough, predator meat becomes just meat. But this still doesn't explain the original mystery. Why would a lion kill another predator and then just walk away from the body? If it's edible, why waste it? Because sometimes the kill was never about food in the first place. Large predators often share the same territory, hunt the same prey. A lion and a cheetah both go after antelope. A wolf and a coyote overlap on smaller game. To the bigger predator, that smaller hunter isn't just a possible snack, it's a competitor. It's eating food that could have been yours. It might steal your kills. It could threaten your cubs. And every single day it stays alive, it's draining resources from your ecosystem. Ecologists actually have a name for this: intraguild predation. When predators that share prey kill and sometimes eat each other. But here's the key. The killing and the eating are two completely separate decisions. Removing the competitor might already be the entire point. One fewer rival means more prey available next week, less danger to your offspring, less competition for territory, less chance of losing your next kill to a thief. The lion leaves one meal behind to protect dozens of future meals. The body was absolutely edible, but eating it was never the point. Sometimes an animal is killed because it's food. Sometimes it's killed because it's competition. Those are not the same decision. Of course, none of this is set in stone. When normal prey is everywhere, picking a fight with another predator makes zero sense. Why attack something with teeth when a safer meal is 10 feet away? But when prey disappears, the math changes. The danger's still there. But now the cost of doing nothing is higher. Predators start expanding their diets, eating smaller carnivores they'd normally ignore, scavenging bodies they'd usually walk past, attempting kills that would normally be way too risky. Nature doesn't have fixed menus. It has changing prices. An animal that isn't worth attacking today might become absolutely worth attacking after 5 days without food. So, why don't predators regularly eat other predators? Not because predator meat has no energy, not because every carnivore is toxic, and definitely not because killers follow some ancient code of professional respect. Predators eat other predators whenever the math works out, but to become a regular food source, an animal needs to be common enough to find, vulnerable enough to overpower, and safe enough to attack over and over without getting wrecked. Most large predators are none of those things. They're rare, they're armed, and they're usually close enough in size to do serious damage on the way out. If the other animal is smaller, vulnerable, and easy to control, it becomes prey. If it's nearly your equal, it becomes competition. Predator and prey aren't permanent identities. They're roles, created by size, risk, hunger, and opportunity. That lion didn't leave the cheetah's body because it couldn't eat it. It left because the body was never the real reward. Because in nature, the most important question isn't, can I kill it? It's, will I still be able to hunt tomorrow?